Good morning, welcome to Bitcoin Bounce. My name is Joseph and I'm today here with Dion. We're going to look at Bitcoin and also a trading opportunity on the Quant QNT coin. Good morning, Dion. What's happening with Bitcoin?
Hi, good morning, guys. Morning, Joseph. I know our last show was on Tuesday. And I was away shooting in KZN photography for 2 days, and then when I got back yesterday, it was load shedding and we had power problems. So I just turned on my computer this morning for the first time, and awesome surprise, we've had some good movements on Bitcoin. So let's have a look why this is on the US dollar, the market indices. So remember on Tuesday we said that we could either go up or down with the dollar depending on all these barrage of news events that were coming up this week. So the last one is actually today. So far we've been doing great. So I said that we could either follow that pattern up or this pattern down, and we've obviously decided to go down, which is great for Bitcoin. And I said if we came down, then Bitcoin would go up, which is what has been happening. So we've come down, broken this $110 price, and I marked out this little section. I was expecting some resistance here, so we're just hoping that this 20 would hold here as resistance, and that we would break down further and come for this $108. So if that happens, that would be awesome for Bitcoin. So we're really holding thumbs that this last news event today will push the dollar further down, so that will be great, and we'll have an extra bounce up in Bitcoin for the weekend. But so far it's looking really great. The S&P 500 has had a pullback, found support here on the 200 EMA, so that could also start going back up again. And the Nasdaq also has found support. It's not looking as good as the S&P, but we hit that the zone here that I was expecting us to drop down after Tuesday. So we did hit that and came back down here. So I was actually looking for longs on the Nasdaq here. So I was expecting around about here that we would find support and go up, but we'll see. It depends on what happens with the dollar now. The total 3 index, that's the money flow into the altcoins, also had a great bounce and found support above the 200, which is awesome, and now above the 20 EMA. So this is looking really strong. The altcoins compared to Bitcoin also looking great. They've moved up quite a lot. This 10-year US bonds that we were concerned about, so money flow was flowing into the 10-year US bonds. That's had a nice pullback, so that's also great for us, and we'll hope now that we're under this as a resistance now, this line that we were holding here. So if we can maybe just bounce off that and bounce under the 200, that would be awesome for us. If we could just find resistance under this 200, then that could maybe see to quite some time under the 200 and price not spiking here. So that would mean that more money would come into Bitcoin and gold and those kind of assets. Then the Bitcoin dominance. Remember, we've been following this pattern here. I said that it was a bearish pattern and they normally break down, so that has now happened. So we've had a breakdown, and we under the 200 as well on dominance, so that's awesome. So and hoping to hold that. At the moment it's looking good that we can hold that under the 200, which would be great for all our altcoin trades. I think that's all I wanted to show you on the market indicators. Then jumping to Ethereum. So Ethereum was trading in this downwards parallel channel. It's now broken above the 50 EMA, which is great. So it's looking really good here. The EMA ribbon I wanted to show you guys. So we've broken above the EMA ribbon, so you can see normally once it's broken we trade under or above it for quite some time, and there's normally quite good movement in the market then. So it's not 100% there yet, so we would want this bottom green line to be on the top and the red line to come down to the bottom. So it hasn't done a full flip yet, but if we can hold the support for 2 or 3 days, it will definitely flip in that time. So hopefully by Monday we'll have some good news here. Also, obviously, it's dollar dependent, but for now it's looking great. And then the key levels for Ethereum last week, I think when we spoke, or Tuesday, we were under this 1300, I think, or maybe just above it. But we've taken all these levels back. So the big next level, obviously, had to break is 1.6 and then 1.650. We can also just put on the CPR here, and let me just take those levels off. So just looking at the CPR levels, we came into the bottom CPR line, then hit the middle, and then bounced back off the top one. You can see how accurate these predictions are, these CPR predictions. It worked out perfectly here. Found support above the midline and then broke above the top. So our next target, that's why I got that 1650. I think we'd be around about the 1650. That's also relating to this range high that we had here, and just under the predicted CPR level. So that would be our next target, and we just have to hold this 1500 as support now. Then let's move over to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, we can quickly run back from the weekly. So we were trading in this triangle with resistance here, which we've now broken out of, and we're still holding our bottom support line, which is awesome. We looked at all, remember previously, at all the other currencies that had dropped down, but Bitcoin is still very strong and still holding that support. That 5-day video of Steve's that we looked at a while ago, we're just keeping an eye on. So remember, he had predictions about the 50 crossing down under the 200, but since that's happened, Bitcoin has actually just gone up. So we haven't had a big dump, and we're hoping for the same to happen as has happened here, when the 50 came down, crossed the 200, and it just held support and then eventually broke back up, and that's when we had the major bull run. So we're hoping for that same kind of thing to happen here, for this 50 just to bottom out and go horizontal and then just break back up. Because Bitcoin isn't giving an inch here, it's holding strong. On the daily, we were also trading in that parallel pattern, broken out now. The levels that we were looking at, where are they? Yeah, so for weeks now we've been talking about this 20,400. So we broke out, well, first found resistance there and then broke out, but broke back under it. So at the moment it's just turning out to be a massive resistance for us, this 20,400, and also the 2,800 that we predicted on Tuesday. So I marked out all the times that this 20,400 has given us problems, and you can see here again we hit that, bounced back down, then eventually broke back up but couldn't hold it, and exactly on that 2,800 we bounced back off that resistance. So still resistance for us. This is just a major level for us to break and hold, and I think once we've done that, then we can start targeting the top side again. So hopefully the DXY will dump a bit further, and I think that will help then to push us above that 20,000 psychological Bitcoin level. And if we can just get up there, I think we'll stay there for quite some time. The trade that we wanted to look at was Quant. So this is on the daily chart. At the moment we're 155% from the last high that Quant has made. So I just wrote down here, Joseph, in case you wanted to know. This is what Quant is all about. You guys can just pause and read all that. So it's a really spectacular project. It's ranked 32 by CoinMarketCap. So it's still got 155 to the last high. And then what was interesting is that this was the November dump, so it's been a year that we've been basically in this whole bear season on all coins, and this is one of the few coins that from the November dump has actually managed to come back and actually bounce above. It bounced back off that again, so it didn't hold it, but it's one of the few coins that has actually come back to where it was in November when the big dump started happening and the big bear run started happening on Bitcoin. So that's really great. So it had an 80% drop down, and it's recovered basically all that back to where it was. So we're slightly down at the moment. So on the fib levels, I've just retraced from this last run. We at the moment at 0.5, so it looks like quite a good level for it to turn and start going back up, and I would be looking for a 10% trade here. So it's not to say that we can't come down and come and hit this golden level, so we could still have a drawdown down to the 61865, and I've even mapped out this 0.71 where lots of the cryptos often retrace to, so it could still happen, but I just have a feeling it's not. So yeah, it's just a feeling. So run it with a tight stop loss, and on the 1 hour just get a good entry like we've shown you guys before. Just check the stochastic, the RSI, and get a good entry on the 1 hour, and then just run it with a tight stop loss, and I think there's a good 10% in it. It's had a nice pullback. It's right on the fib level, so I expect us to go back up and to take this 10%, and then you can just move your stop loss up, and I think we're going to start making newer highs here from the November level when it started pulling back there. So I think that the real target for this would be around about 265, 275. Obviously at 300 is a big psychological level, and it's the 618 of the fib, so we'll definitely have a bit of a pullback there, but I'm expecting this to hit that level sometime soon. And that's it from me, Joseph. A lot of talking today.
Hey, awesome, Dion. Thank you. Yeah, that is very interesting that the Quant coin actually were able to go all the way back to November. I have about 6 or 7 coins that I'm still stuck in. I haven't been able to get out of them that I bought in November, but I didn't buy Quant. Yeah, but I do have it as a coin that I DCA. It works really well with DCA. Yeah, it's actually that Quant used to be a year ago quite low on the rating, and it's just climbed and climbed and climbed. Now sitting at ranking number 32. So excellent up and coming project, especially it was. Now it's like a real project, and it's doing very well. Well, this is excellent to see how Bitcoin is going up, and it kind of looks like it want to settle on a support level. I hope it doesn't pull back again. So guys, let's see what happens. Tell us what you also think about it. Yes, but it's exciting. I mean, because I got almost all my DCI bought straight against BTC. My whole portfolio went up a little bit the moment this Bitcoin broke to the upside. So that is wonderful news. Thank you, Dion. We're not going to be back next week. I'm away next week on holiday, but we will post from time to time still videos for you. I hope you put in that QNT trade. Sorry, Dion, if you're gonna hold the QNT for the long term, do you think you can put your take profit at the very high of that chart?
I think you can, if you really wanted to get in it as an investor, as a real hodler, and just hold for the next 2, 3, 4 years for sure. We'll definitely reach that high and surpass it. But there's definitely also going to be a big pullback at 300. So I would sell definitely when we get round to 85. Rather sell and wait. You might get like a 10-15% discount, and then get in a second time, and then hope that we'll break through and carry on up. Yeah, so I think you could make a quick extra 15-20% on that pullback. It will definitely pull back there. But if you wanted to just buy and hold and go for the ultimate high, for sure you'll make it. I'm very confident. It's a fantastic project.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much, Dion. I really appreciate it. Okay guys, we're going to be back in a little bit. I want to look at Steve from Crypto Crew University, and he answers a very important question. How do we know that the bear market is over? And there's actually a lot of indicators that already has crossed over, that shows us the bear market is over. And so, but it's a little bit more of a long-term overlook at Bitcoin and where we're going with crypto. It's going to be very good. So look forward to see you there.
Great, cheers guys, we'll see you just now.